Hi guys, Kirk and Jay here with Kirk Giordano Plastering. Today I want to show you guys something about hairline cracking. It's a little bit more than hairline cracking, but I get a lot of calls from folks who say, gee, I have hairline cracking. I think I need a new foundation. Not necessarily, guys. This is a lot worse than hairline cracking, but I'll tell you guys what it's about because you might have a similar issue and think, oh my God, I need a new foundation. You don't. All right, guys, you see right here, this big crack right here and this crack. What's happening is the ground is settling. When they built this house, I don't know, 80 years ago, they had tractors and the ground tends to settle. You get the rain, it lifts it, then it settles when drier conditions occur. I don't want to bore the crap out of you guys, but I want to show you how to do this. I'll give you a quick example. We did a theater in Black Hawk about 30 something years ago. I was working with a company and we gunned it, we sprayed it, and all the stucco went on the ground. 30 years later, I got a call. It's odd. And they said, hey, can you come and tell me why this is happening and fix it? And so I said, I already know why it's happening. But when I was part of the gun crew, I was in my 20s. We sprayed it. We left all the cement on the ground. And as the ground settled, because tractors moved it, all the dirt, the stucco stuck to the wall, and then there was like this much of ground. That just means, guys, it's typical, it's normal. The ground settles when you have tractor work going on. And that's what's happening here. That's why you got this crack here. You got this buckling here because it's locked in, guys. It got no expansion joint. Typical. We got cracks along the house. All this stuff, guys, is very typical and it's normal. Does cracking hurt the foundation like this? Not necessarily. It doesn't cracking doesn't indicate that there's a structural problem. It doesn't jack up the integrity of the building itself. It's just hairline cracking, which is normal. And this is actually quite normal for a building 70, 80 years old. I'll show you how we fix it, guys. Okay. The guy here had a lot of concerns, and I said, dude, don't worry about it. We'll handle it. And he said, what if there's wood rot? And I said, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. There's a lot of different things to do if there is. First of all, if you're going to chip this out, guys, wear some glasses. A tiny chip, you can use a hatchet, you could use a handy dandy putty knife, you could use whatever. But when you do it, if you're hacking away, wear some glasses. I don't care what kind of glasses there are. Like, okay, we're going to open this. I don't expect to see any wood rot, guys. You know, baby, I'm not going to use that, thank you. Okay. You guys could use a tool like a Bosch Bulldog or so. You could just do it by hand, guys. This is so little, it's not kind of worth putting stuff like that together. Once you get all the loose stuff off, guys, we're going to get rid of the dust. Now, how are you going to get rid of the dust, guys? Get rid of the dust by wire brushing. And then how's a new stucco going to adhere? Well, once all the dust is gone, then you take a bonding agent. There are many types of bonding agent. I like this Weldcrete. I've been using it forever, for like 30 years or more. So the Weldcrete actually will stick to the foundation, and then when I put new plaster on it, it'll hold it forever. And how long will this fix last? This temporary fix will last perhaps 5 years, perhaps 15, perhaps 2 weeks. You never know, because we are getting saturated with rain. It's a record year. It is just raining non-stop. We are in February in Berkeley, California. So we got a lot of rain here, guys. Just every single night it's raining. Anyway, when I get rid of all this loose stuff, I'm going to use a wire brush. I'm going to hit Weldcrete on. It's a bonding agent, guys, because new stucco will not adhere to a painted finish. And again, the most important thing is remove all the dust. Otherwise, even with a bonding agent, it's not going to adhere. So you want to get all this crap off. I'm going to take a minute here, and I want to get rid of all this loose stuff. And all this loose stuff got to go. Okay, that's about it. When you see me again, this is going to be cleaned out. I'm going to go ahead and try to remove any excess that I think is on, because we don't want to fix it and then the loose stuff have it occur again. So when it rains, guys, houses lift, Then they drop when drier conditions occur, and they always do. Plus, this was a wrong finish anyway. This is a dash thrown on. Somebody put a float finish, and they brought out the sand or aggregate. It's probably what I'm going to do too, because it'll match. Anyhow, when we get to that stage, I'll show you folks. Okay, guys, we are at the stage where I'm going to go ahead and cement it. Over here, it was about 1.5 inches deep, big deal. I put accelerators in it, so this is set already. Figured I'd get that out of the way. And guys, if you have a huge crack, this was a huge crack right here. See that white? That's actually, don't get your fingers in it. It's, I put some polyurethane caulking in it because it's an adhesive sealer, and it tends to flex more. So I can cover that up with a cement. Okay, so this right here, this is just Portland cement, guys. Portland cement, you put 3 times the amount of sand for each mix, basically. Okay, so guys, now that you got that done, and look at what we're matching. That's a heavy finish, so no caulking's actually going to match this, guys. You got to use a plaster, a stucco. Plaster technically is for the word for interior. Stucco or cement plastering is a term for exterior. One more little thing. Now guys, when you do this, I would recommend you get like Home Depot and Lowe's, they sell a product called, what the heck is that product? Cement. Cement All makes it. Rapid Set Stucco. So a Rapid Set Stucco, it sets in minutes, and it's got a heavy sand in it. You can buy it in 10-pound boxes, 25 pounds, or big bags. All right, now that you got that done, guys, you take a water bucket and a sponge float. The sponge float this should set about 15 minutes to an hour, depending on the temperature. Right now it's pretty cold, but I'll make it work anyhow. Okay, so you got that down. Now you got your green sponge float. You got to match this finish into here. The transition is everything, guys. If you don't know how to, it takes a little bit of time to do transition. Use the whole float. Don't use a little tip or so. The whole float, and get your top first. Generally, I like to do the top, and I'm using the whole float. What happens if I use a tip? You know, you gouge it. So use the whole float, and just kind of like snowboarding, guys. Use the whole float. If you want to go somewhere on a snowboard, use the whole board. Okay, now I got some residue here. What happens if I keep going? It's going to drag it, so I got to get this residue off. So I'm back in my float bucket. Put that float bucket on here. A little too much water in there, but and I got to be careful. Usually I'll just slam it down like this. Get some of that water off of here, because the water will start this off again. We want it to set now. Okay, so with a clean float, we feather in the bottoms now. We feather in the bottom. Beautiful. Feather this bottom in, pull it down now. I'm pushing it down, guys. Push it down. And then basically now I'm using the flat surface because I'm pulling the aggregate out with this sponge. If I use a trowel, I push it in. I want it to match this. So this is actually a dash finish. It's thrown on, but this right here will match it. And again, guys, the reason I'm doing this is because the fella said, gee, the integrity is destroyed. No, guys. Cracking or this kind of buckling is not really, it's not going to compromise the integrity of the stucco, let alone the membrane. And actually, this is just a foundation. There is no membrane. So anyhow, you make it pretty. When it's wet like this, it's a little harder to control. So you folks, if you're watching, let it dry. Let it dry. I'm taking here If this bucket here had half the water, I could slam it against it. You don't want to do this because you twist these ends down and it's a real drag to make it work. Here, I'm just going to pull up. I'm going to create this corner and pull into it. This already has accelerators in it, so that's pretty much dried. Then your finish here, pull it up, and then now let's see what I've got. If stand back, look at it, and just any details you see, you say, gee, look, there's a little hump here, there's a ridge here, there's this, that. Step back, look at it, and fix it. Now I can see there's a couple little things here, guys, which I'm going to get out, but that's probably going to take me another 5 minutes. No need to, you get the gist of what I'm saying, guys. Just, if you see it, give it some more time to set. Clean your float with water and make it so it's perfection. Anyway, guys, my name is Kirk, Jason on the camera. We thank you folks for watching, and as usual, we'll see you guys on the next one.
By the way, folks, my dad and I are now members of Amazon affiliates, so if you're looking to buy any of the plastering or construction tools you've seen in our videos and you want to support us in the process, you can check the links below our video, or you can go to our website and get them there. If you have any other questions for tools we don't have linked, email us direct and we'll respond to you then.
Once again, folks, we thank you for watching, and I really enjoy all your comments.
If you guys like this video, please click the like button down below, and also if you enjoy what we do, subscribe to our channel so we can keep making these videos for you.
My name is Kirk.
And Jay.
We thank you for watching, and from the entire Giordano family, we'll see you on the next one.